Imagine arriving in a new country with nothing but a single suitcase and a head full of dreams that everyone else calls impossible. This is the story of Amina, who left her small village halfway across the world, stepping into a bustling city where the language felt like a puzzle and every door seemed locked. She didn't just want to survive, she wanted to build a place where others like her could thrive. Amina faced walls of doubt, a language she barely spoke, no credit history, and a network that was just a blank map. But instead of seeing these as barriers, she saw them as the raw materials for innovation. She started by identifying a simple truth. Immigrants like her needed accessible services, from language classes to job training, but existing options were scattered and expensive. Using her limited resources, Amina transformed her tiny apartment into a hub of learning and connection. Picture a room filled with mismatched chairs, colorful posters on the walls, and people sharing stories in a dozen different accents. She created tailored workshops that mixed practical skills with cultural exchange, turning strangers into a supportive community. But Amina knew she couldn't do this alone. She reached out to local businesses, not with formal proposals, but with genuine conversations over coffee and shared meals. She listened deeply to their needs and offered her community as a bridge, skilled, motivated workers eager to contribute. Slowly, partnerships formed. A bakery needed help with packaging. A tech startup wanted bilingual customer support. These small collaborations grew into employment opportunities, giving her community a foothold in the local economy. To overcome financial hurdles, Amina launched a social enterprise selling handmade crafts from immigrant artisans. Imagine vibrant textiles, intricate beadwork, and rich stories woven into every piece. Profits went back into funding the workshops and supporting new entrepreneurs. This creative model turned scarcity into strength and passion into profit. Her journey wasn't without setbacks. There were moments when funding fell through, when cultural misunderstandings sparked frustration, when exhaustion threatened to win. But each challenge sharpened her approach. She learned to ask for help, to delegate, and to celebrate small victories, a new job placement, a language milestone, a confidence regained. Today, Amina's initiative has blossomed into a thriving community center that empowers hundreds of immigrants every year. It's not just a place of learning, but a beacon of hope, proving that resilience and creativity can rewrite any narrative. What can you take from Amina's story? First, turn obstacles into opportunities by looking beyond problems to the needs they reveal. Second, build bridges with empathy. Listen before you pitch, connect before you ask. Third, leverage what you have, whether it's a skill, a story, or a small space, to create value that fuels growth. Your journey might not be easy, but like Amina, your unique perspective is a powerful tool. Start small, stay adaptable, and remember that success is not a solo sprint, but a collective marathon. By lifting others as you rise, you don't just change your own life, you change the world around you, one courageous step at a time. But Amina's story extends far beyond the initial spark of inspiration. As her community center grew, so did the complexity of the challenges she faced. The growing number of people seeking assistance meant that her tiny apartment was no longer sufficient. She had to find a larger space, a place that could accommodate more workshops, meetings, and events. This meant navigating the daunting world of leases, permits, and fundraising, all while maintaining the daily operations that had become a lifeline for so many. Undeterred, Amina began reaching out to local government offices, nonprofits, and philanthropic organizations. Her approach remained the same: genuine conversations rooted in shared goals rather than formal presentations filled with jargon. She shared stories from her community, highlighting individual journeys of transformation, the struggles and triumphs that statistics alone could never capture. Slowly, doors began to open. A community center donated a small room for evening classes. A local council provided a grant to help with rent. Volunteers arrived, teachers, translators, career counselors, offering their time and expertise. Amina's leadership was not about commanding, but about inspiring others to see the potential within their own communities. One of the most transformative additions to her program was a mentorship initiative. Recognizing that newcomers often lacked personal connections in their new environment, Amina paired immigrants with established residents willing to share knowledge, provide guidance, and foster friendships. This exchange was mutually enriching, breaking down cultural barriers and building empathy on both sides. As word spread, the community center became a vibrant mosaic of cultures, languages, and experiences. Celebrations of traditional holidays brought everyone together, turning the center into a space where differences were not just tolerated, but celebrated. The walls echoed with laughter, music, and the hum of learning. Amina also embraced technology to extend her reach. She helped develop a simple app that connected immigrants with local resources, language classes, job postings, legal aid, curated specifically to their needs. The app included a forum where users could ask questions, share advice, and support one another, creating a virtual extension of the community center. Financial sustainability remained a pressing concern. To address this, Amina expanded the social enterprise model. She organized seasonal markets, showcasing the crafts of immigrant artisans, inviting the wider public to engage directly with the creators. These events not only generated income, but also fostered cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. Amina's story also became a beacon for policymakers. She was invited to speak at conferences and workshops, advocating for immigrant inclusion and the importance of community-driven solutions. Her insights helped shape local initiatives aimed at creating more welcoming and supportive environments for newcomers. Through it all, Amina remained grounded in the values that had brought her this far: empathy, resilience, and a refusal to accept impossible as a final answer. She continued to mentor new leaders within her community, ensuring that the work would not depend on any single person, but would grow organically through shared commitment. Her journey illustrates that change often begins with a single step taken in faith and courage. It shows that when we look beyond our differences and focus on common humanity, we unlock the potential for collective transformation. What lessons does Amina's ongoing journey offer? It reminds us that leadership is service, that success is measured not just in numbers, but in lives touched, and that the greatest innovations often arise from the most unexpected places. So whether you find yourself starting anew, facing challenges that seem insurmountable, or simply seeking ways to make a positive impact, remember Amina's story. Look for the needs hidden within obstacles. Build bridges where others see walls. Use whatever resources you have, no matter how modest, to create spaces of possibility. In a world that often emphasizes individual achievement, Amina's experience is a powerful testament to the strength of community. It encourages each of us to consider how we might contribute to a more inclusive and compassionate society. Your path may be uncertain, but with perseverance, empathy, and creativity, you can turn the impossible into the achievable. Like Amina, you have within you the power to change not just your own story, but the stories of countless others. Begin today. Take that first courageous step and watch as a world of opportunity unfolds before you.